Hi, this is Andrew Cronky, creator of Bloodrick, drawer of sharks whenever I can, and you're listening to 11 O'Clock Comics.
Oh, isn't that nice?
It is. Hark.
Even my computer likes you.
And your computer doesn't like anybody.
It doesn't. It likes
like
me.
you. It's just like you.
I don't like many people.
This is true.
Yeah.
We know
It's a sad state of affairs. I
Did you
love
say
our
you like is there like 10 people on the planet that you really
No,
like?
I wouldn't go that low.
Oh, okay.
I love our patrons.
this. Absolutely.
Oh, good save. Good save.
Right?
Yeah. I love them. It's just the average person I don't
Oh,
like.
for sure.
We watch a lot of game shows in the house, and it's really concerning how stupid some people are.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
really.
like-
Oh, bro, are you kidding? The average human being is, as I always like to point out to people, like, I know most people on the planet don't know what their IQ is, but no one walks around thinking they have a less than 100 IQ, but literally, by definition, half of the Earth has a below 100 IQ.
Yeah,
That's,
it's true.
That's the idea. That's the idea, right? So
Right.
it's like, but no one wakes up and is like, oh, I must have like a 90 IQ. Everyone thinks they're a genius.
Wrong. But you are so right because you've turned in to 11 o'clock comics, and I am Vince B.
You are Vince B. I am David A. Price.
That is true. And don't call me Doogie, but I'm Neil Patrick Harris.
Why are you Neil Patrick Harris?
Because every 11 o'clockers, I am a different renowned award show host.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been Billy
Yeah.
Crystal. I've been many. I was Chris Rock, I think, last year. This year, Neil Patrick Harris. He's hosted the Emmys, the Tonys. He's done it all.
I would never slap you.
Nice, appreciate that.
Yeah. You are not Neil Patrick Harris. You are Jason Wood, everybody. But together today and every day by cheapgraphicnovels.com. Cheapgraphicnovels.com. Everything you need to know, say it all the time, is in the title of the business. Retail? We laugh at retail. You see?
We
That was
stopped.
laughing. We stopped.
We stopped.
Because we get ourselves way lower than retail. And on top of the Nick and Dent sale and the Black Friday sale and the sale of just to sell it because we got too much of it, we have OGNs, we have trade paper, we have we have one shots. We have anything with a spine, manga, anything. We have it for far less than retail. And on top of all that stuff, we have some specials.
Ooh, do we? Like the Absolute Death of Superman hardcover is a direct market edition for $159.99 and the regular edition for $74.99. Superman meets his match in the villainous Doomsday, a force of nature whose mindset is simply destruction. Rampaging through the DC universe, Doomsday finds himself and Metropolis and goes toe-to-toe with the Man of Steel in a bare-knuckle brawl for the future of Metropolis with a tattered cape and bruises with every blow. Will the Man of Steel fall before the might of his most ferocious villain yet? The epic Absolute Edition expands the breathtaking artwork, leaving readers feeling every punch as if they were in the battle themselves. This collects Superman numbers 73 through 75, Adventures of Superman 496 and 497, Justice League America number 69, Action Comics numbers 683 and 684. Superman, the Man of Steel, numbers 17 through 19. News Time, The Life and Death of Superman, number 1. For the direct market edition, the standard edition is held within Superman's tombstone, a recreation of the famous cover with an openable hatch to bury the book, exclusive to only 1,993 copies. This one-time only set comes with a signed copy of Dan Jurgens' original design for Doomsday. Industrial Light and Magic, 50 Years of Innovation, hardcover for $52.50. Founded by Star Wars creator George Lucas in 1975, ILM has won 16 Academy Awards in Best Visual Effects and pushed the boundaries of what can be visually realized in storytelling, from the big screen to emerging technologies such as streaming television, 3D immersive adventures, and more. Breaking down ILM's evolution in visual effects decade by decade, 50 Years of Innovation features stunning visuals and analysis of the creative and technical processes from concept to execution, and highlights 50 of their key projects that have helped shape the visual effects industry. Concluding with a look at both the future of ILM and the visual effects industry at large, the key creative forces at ILM speculate about what the next 50 years may have in store for the innovators that transformed entertainment forever. And lastly, Walt Disney's Silly Symphonies hardcover collector's box set for $56.24, a new Disney slipcase box set featuring the classic 1930s comics that made Donald Duck a star, plus The Big Bad Wolf's Huff and Puff Howls and Bucky Bug's Wild Adventures in a Microscopic World. The 1930s were the heyday of Disney's second ever newspaper comics feature, the full-color weekly Silly Symphonies, and with it came Donald Duck's first starring roles, from his debut as a barnyard brat to his battles with Mickey's naughty nephews and the unforgettable debut of Donald's own riotous relatives, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, first created for this strip by artist Al Taliaferro. Also included in this 2-volume set, Zeke, the Big Bad Wolf, always in pursuit of the 3 little pigs, and Bucky Bug, the daring, mischievous beetle whose escapades took him from brutal birds of prey to the trenches of the Great Flyberg War. Plus, more Golden Age Silly Symphony cartoon stars, feisty Max Hare, slow but sure Toby Tortoise, that awful bandit Dirty Bill, who never took a bath and never will, and timid Elmer Elephant, one of his adventures plotted by comics maestros Carl Barks and Walt Kelly.
How much is that?
$56.24.
$3.
I might think about that.
$3
Yeah.
make you holla.
So we go from some of the best comics ever created to ILM. It's a thing.
The ILM,
It's a thing.
I was looking for a third this week, and I wanted to not just keep it focused on one particular company, because there were a few things that I was looking at, but the ILM is also a nod to Jason's talking up Lucas Wars last week.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Very well done, Bill. Yeah. CheapGraphicNovels.com. CheapGraphicNovels.com. I don't know how to say it any other way.
It's in the name.
Save money.
URL.
So yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
Can't miss it.
It's right there.
Because it is a landmark episode.
Oh, yeah.
I am drinking, and when I drink the best Charles and Charles Double Troll wine. It is delicious.
Charles in charge, baby.
That's right.
Yep.
Scott Baio, that piece of shit.
Big time piece
Yes.
of shit.
Yep.
In honor of the O'Closkers, one of my favorite episodes of the year, I am also drinking wine. I'm drinking a very nice wine tonight for many reasons. I'm drinking a Barolo. Shout out to your people, Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 2016. Yes, it is a decade-old bottle. It is Bruna Grimaldi. It's a Barolo. So Bruna Grimaldi Barolo from, I believe, from Piedmont in Italy. So yes, it is fantastic. And
I would like to have some of that.
Next time you come to visit, I will make sure we have a bottle for you.
Yeah.
So it's delightful.
Wasn't
How about you, Dippity?
I thought about opening up the bottle of Pinot Noir our neighbors gave us for Christmas. Then I remembered, well, Vince was really going to try to get some Maker's Mark, so I don't want him to be the only one drinking whiskey tonight. But apparently I am.
Didn't.
So I am having.
Oh
Look,
yeah, that's
that-
right. He
That's
was
not a
gonna-
bad thing. You know,
It's
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. I'm about to enjoy the Shanks that was gifted to me last month by my coworker. I do believe Grimaldi was the bad guy in Batman and Robin Year One. Yeah, so this is really good. But yes, it is. It's an all around special occasion tonight. It is, of course, Jason's pride and joy, the reason for living, the reason why he's still doing this podcast.
That's
11
fine.
Oscars.
You're not.
Yep.
You're only half wrong.
Did you know? This is a brief aside, but I'll forget if I don't bring it up. That Fantagraphics is publishing Disney singles again.
Oh, I didn't know there had been singles. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're $5.99, I believe, a piece.
Right.
So
Hold the
you
line
get
at $5.99, baby.
you get them for $3 and change, but the license for those things have bounced around so
Oh
often.
yeah, for sure.
It's incredible. How long do you have? I don't know, but Fantagraphics is publishing Uncle Scrooge, Donald Duck, and I believe Mickey Mouse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, not the night for it, but I have to say, it. I was thinking, it looks like we like, and whether it's good or not remains to be seen. But it looks like we are most likely getting a legit, full-on reset of Marvel, huh? Like it seems like the rumors are true, right? Like.
It's
Like
about
the
time.
ultimate, the old Ultimate Universe is ending there, so yeah. Now I would argue that unless you're changing who's running the thing, it's kind of silly to do this. But we'll see. I
Yeah.
mean, I would like nothing more than to feel like there are a bunch of Marvel comics I'm excited to read each month. So I'm rooting very much for this to A, happen, and B, to be what's been missing. I'm not holding my breath either, but it looks like it though, right? Because
I agree with you.
yeah.
If you don't change the leadership, what bother is it? It's
Right.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, take it away, Jason.
Well, listen, I don't know how many years we've been doing Neo Oscars, but I think we've been doing it almost the entire time, right? Because I know we had episodes with Neeson back in the day, and he hasn't been on the show in over a decade. So I don't know which version of the Oscars this is, but it is certainly a time-honored tradition at this point. It is a celebration of our and our community's favorite comics and creators of the year. As many of our listeners that aren't new over the last year or two know, it's evolved over the years, right? Like it used to be a bunch of categories. We kept adding categories. It got to a point where we actually had to break the thing up into 2 episodes for a few years because there were so many
Yep.
categories. And admittedly, I never minded that, but I realized it's a big ask for everybody else. So we tore the whole thing down and revamped it last year. So this is the second year of this new version, which is a much simpler, more streamlined thing. Instead of 30 plus different categories that we had to fill in, we just have 2 things. We are our 10 and the audience's 10 favorite comics of any form. The only rule is it had to be published in some form or function this year, 2025, and then your 5 favorite creators. So much tighter, much leaner, and for me, then ultimately much more difficult. I don't know where you guys stand on this, but I thought 2025 was an exceptional year for comics. We read enough that there's always great stuff each year to celebrate, but I just felt that for me, this was a year of immense quality across just a host of different formats and genres, and I guess for me, also a big part of that is I read the fewest as a percentage of my reading. This was easily the lowest big 2 superhero comics reading I've ever done, and that's sort of been an evolution, gradual, but I have to say, for me, I think that really helped because I felt like I was trying different and new types of stories, pretty much every week, and that did my heart good. So I don't know what y'all thought of the year in general. If you have any thoughts, good, bad, and different, but I thought as in terms of comics, I thought it was one of the better years in recent memory.
I agree. I agree. I thought it was a wonderful year for comics. Now the 10 spot. Are we allowed to give it to a publisher?
I mean, listen, there's no contractual obligation here. I mean, I throwing us for a loop here, Vince. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. I assume you mean in lieu of like, because I would see giving a publisher instead of a creator, maybe. But again, you do you. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna each give our 10 for. We'll start with Should we start with comics or creators? Comics, right? We'll start with comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our 10 favorite comics. We'll start from 10, finish up at our ones. And then after we do our top tens, I will read off the community's choices, their top 25. We'll just read them off. We won't like discuss them in any great detail because there'll be some overlap, obviously, with our picks and theirs. I do 25 because, again, we'll just read them off, and also just as a thank you to, as usual, we had a ton of great, a lot of people heeded the call and responded to the poll, and needless to say, I mean, there were a couple, all in multiple hundreds of books were mentioned at least once, and so I figured it was easier to do a top 25, and then for creators, we will do each our top 5. We'll count them down, and then I will give I will read off the community's top 20 creators. So if that works for y'all, Vince, why don't you tear the whole thing? Throw caution to the wind and break all the rules right off the bat. I know Dap's over here biting his nails too because he is a rule follower to the nth degree when it comes to this stuff.
I'm good.
Please tell us your number 10 comic, which sounds to me like it's actually going to be a publisher.
Not. But there are publishers. There are 2 of them
Okay.
within the list.
You crazy man.
10,
Yes.
I have The Devil's Grin, Volume 1 by Alex Graham from Fantagraphics. I think I'm in the minority when I say it. I was the one among the 3 of us that loved the book. That was so. He enjoyed it, but he was in love with it. I don't believe you've ever read it.
I have not read it.
Yeah, Alex Graham, The Devil's Grin, Volume 1 is my 10th pick.
All right, respect.
Okay.
The King, what do you got?
Well, real quick, firstly, because it was mentioned, the very first looks like the first O'Closkers. We have you know what? Never mind, because apparently I lost the tab, so I'll go back to it. Anyway, my number 10 is The Knives, a criminal book. It was Brubaker and Phillips's foray, our annual, our yearly gift from them, and it is a return to the world of criminal, which we haven't really lived in and visited in a few years. So it was nice for a return for that, and a prelude of things to come. Of course, colored by Sean's son Jacob. It's it was a nice trip, more or less down memory lane. But yeah, I am excited for more, and I am glad that I'm not necessarily glad that we took a break from Reckless, but I am not upset with what we were given. So it's a book that did kind of stick with me after I read it. I've been thinking about it as we've been nearing the O'Closkers, and it just felt right to put it on here.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Respect it. My number 10 is a book that I think we'll probably be hearing again over the course of the evening. Is Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Yep.
which is written by Dennis Camp, art by Javier Rodriguez. Listen, I mean, we've talked about the Absolute books a lot this year, as has pretty much the entire industry. There's no question that the sort of runaway hits of the comics world this year were the Absolute books. They also, they also, from what I gather, materially like helped LCSs this year. Like a lot of LCSs had like 15-20% growth this year in part, or pretty much they solely based on how successful and interested people are in the Absolute book. So that's amazing and that's awesome. Martian Manhunter's number 10 for me. Again, we've covered this book, so I won't go too much into it. But it's to me, it's like a masterclass in psychological horror and surrealism. It's such a unique book. I mean, yes, it is a superhero book, but this is like the least superhero version of Martian Manhunter I've ever seen. Right? I mean, essentially, there's a literal alien that's hitchhiking in a human detective's mind, and it's making him look and act insane, and it's causing his marriage to be on the rocks and his job to be torn asunder, and it's just amazing. And Rodriguez has been a favorite of ours for years, and I think he's just perfect for this book. It's a psychedelic book. It's trippy in the way it looks, and it's just a blast. So. Yeah, easy top 10. Like this was, one of the first books I knew was going to be on the list for sure for me.
Yeah. I would have ranked it a little higher than assuming
Well,
that.
good for you. You've got 9 more spots, boo.
And you'll hear that. You'll hear that.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Number 9, Ultra Heaven by Keiichi Koike from Last Gap. I was literally feeling some kind of way about the art. I thought the art was astoundingly good.
yeah.
I
picked
and
this up because of you. I picked this up because of you.
the story's not bad. It's one of the better manga, but the art, forget about it.
Crazy.
It's just ridiculous. So number 9, Ultra Heaven, Keiichi Koike, but Last Gasp.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I wasn't on my like short list, but it was amazing. The book for sure.
I had a tie for that one, but I threw the tie out.
Nice. All right, respect it.
Yeah.
We'll do honorable mentions. We can do some honorable mentions without going deep on them. All right, Dappy, who's your number 9?
My number 9 is Dan to Dan. It's one of my favorite mangas that's currently going. It's the reason why I still have my Shonen Jump subscription. I've slowed down in consuming the weeklies because I don't want to get too far ahead of Vince or accidentally spoil something. So I want to be there when certain events happen that I'm aware of that I have to wait for Vince to catch up on because of the volumes. But it's so much fun. It's a fantastic book. Vince will talk about it later. I'm sure it's on his list. So I'm not going to go too deep on it, but just, Tatsu's an amazing illustrator. It's a fun story. Sure. The characters are fun, and it had to be on my list.
Awesome.
It's amazing to me how far ahead the Tankobon are.
Yeah. Yep.
To the printed United States versions. It's like 2-3 years.
Oh, is that right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Wow. Yeah, but it still counts.
Oh,
yes, sure. It does.
It does, absolutely. Okay, my number 9 is a book that I really do hope we have this gentleman on the show this year. I know both Dapp and I have said we'd love to, and I think that he's open to it. And the creator is Ben Passmore. The book is Black Arms to Hold You Up, A History of Black Resistance. When it came out, talked about it. A magical book. It's Ben is a person of color. He basically is there's a fictionalized version of himself in the book. He kind of time travels through history, looking at different key players in Black radical, the Black radical movements across sort of the years. Assata Shakur, Robert Charles, and some others. But I just thought it was exceptionally well executed. certainly a deep and very serious topic, but I think he did it in a way that makes a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I love his cartooning style, and as someone who does very much, I think feel like I know a lot about history and certainly the history of Black culture. This book really taught me a ton. I mean, in the five sort of key chapters of featuring different five revolutionaries, I only really knew much. I only came in knowing much about one of the five. The other four were pretty much full on sort of illuminating to me. So much love to him. I know the book was a very personal. Like he wanted to make this book for years, and he needed his career to be to a certain point where he could pull it off and get the funding. So absolutely loved it, and it's a book that I think a lot of our country would do well to read, and maybe help them sort of gain a little perspective outside of their bubbles. So number 9, Black Arms to Hold You Up: A History of Black Resistance.
Yeah, it's a good book. It's very good. Yeah.
Yes.
If I have to thank you because the 10 spot is not ranked, although my number 1 is my number 1.
Okay.
But if it were ranked, I would have infinitely more difficult time picking these books because it's impossible to rank this book.
Okay.
I have it at number 8, but it could very easily be at number 2 or number 1. It is Taiyo Matsumoto's Tokyo These Days, published by Viz Select in 3 volumes, hardcover. They are beautiful. It's one of those manga that transcends the art form, and it should be read by everyone. I think it is beautiful. It's not extensive, so it's not going to break the bank. It's one of those things that if you don't have it on your shelf, I'm going to give you kind of side eye. Tokyo These Days by Taiyo Matsumoto.
Well, you know how I feel about those books, so
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
book.
fucking love
Yeah, it's so good.
it. King.
My number 8 is
Yes.
is a surprise to me, actually. But I'm damn glad it's here because this past year, Johns and Hitch gave us so much fun with Simon Pure, although you'll find out he's anything but it. I mean, we saw Andy Oakley, we saw Johnny Appleseed, we met the Northerner. I mean, there were the hints of foreshadowing for the Unnamed War and things that are going to be happening soon. Redcoat has been absolutely fun this year, so it's spoiler, my only Ghost Machine item on the list this year, but it's a great one. I had so much fun with Redcoat and anticipate and very much looked forward to every issue as Image released them. So it's
You didn't want to like
it's a
it.
fun one. Say again.
You didn't want to. You didn't want to like it.
You're
That
right.
was me
but-
that didn't want to like it.
Well, no, yeah,
that was-
that's absolutely true on Jason. I was reluctant.
But you guys
at
are
the start.
right. It's fucking great. It's my favorite. It is my favorite.
Far. By far,
And
yeah.
and between and Hitch and I mean Curry is making Hitch look better than he's looked in years. So kudos. to
Hitch
the
looks
creative
great.
team.
You guys are right. I mean, I remember if we go back and listen to when you first started Redcoat, I was just like, I'm not about that Hitch life.
Yep.
You were both like, I'm telling you, it's not. It's you give it a try, and I finally did, and you guys were right. So
It's like he got a breather. And
Mhm.
he's reinvigorated. He's
Yeah.
excited again about comics. Yeah. It's so
Yep.
good. Yeah.
totally agree. Wow, you guys are doing good. I don't think any of your. I'm not side on any of your stuff yet. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's inevitable.
It pretty much is.
My number 8 is a book that certainly means a ton to me. I don't know, based on the news that it's ending in issue number 21 in 2 months. Unfortunately, I think hasn't meant as much to the broader comics community as I'd hoped, because I think the plan was for a much longer run. But nevertheless, I adore this book, everything about it, and that is The Sacrificers, written by my boo Rick Remender, with art by my other boo Max Fiumara. You guys know how much I've been into this book from the jump. I know you guys have read at least a part of it.
The pages to prove it.
Yes, I have. I own. I don't know if I own more pages than anyone of this book, but I own a lot of pages of the book. No, I just love the book. Obviously, I've been a fan of Rick's forever. He's a writer that just connects with me. To me, this is like far and away the best book he's doing right now. And again, your mileage may vary. It is a story about a lot of things, but it's ultimately a story about class and power. And the thing I really think is fascinating when you get these stories that's different with this one is like, okay, you've successfully pulled off a revolution against the fascist powers that be that you were so desperate to break the shackles from, and now what? Things still suck because you didn't have a plan. And I think that's relatively poignant to where we are now, as well as human history. And yet this is told in a fantastical world that Fiumara has brought to life with anthropomorphic characters ranging from orcas to birds to and then gods as well. So there's just a lot going on in the book. It's a visual escapade. I've enjoyed it. I think I've adored it. We've gotten 18 issues. We have 3 more to come. Breaks my heart, but it's a hell of a ride, and it's going to make one hell of an awesome, really perfectly sized hardcover when all 21 issues are done. And so pour one out for Pigeon, pour one out for Saluna. And I will forever love The Sacrificers. It'll certainly be one of my favorite books that Rick's ever done.
I agree. I think it's one of his better works.
For sure.
Yeah. And it sucks I don't have it on my list, but I should. I should. It's really good.
Dude, there's so many books that I like. Like if we had decided to do 25, I would have had no problem filling it. Like coming to 10 is hard.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I 7 is where I start to stray a little bit. With the powerhouse punch of Absolute Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter and Batman and Flash to the incomparable. I think he's doing a fantastic job on JSA Lemire. Wade is having a banner year. And if they lose Dan Moore, I don't know what they're going to do.
Seriously.
Because he is defined. He is the Jose Garcia Lopez of his time.
Yep.
He not in style.
Totally agree.
That all of the books are taking a nod from what this man is doing, Dan Moore, on his books. I gave number 7 to DC. Even though I am stunned. I'm stunned that a big 2 Pulitzer can still make the list.
And your list
especially
of all
list
lists
of comics, and so you just named a company that puts out about 90 comics a month. But listen, I love you. I can't. Here's the thing: I can't argue with anything you just said. Like you guys,
it's like a line-wide tie
forever. To say that DC, I mean, this is the listen. If we were doing it the old way, anyone that didn't have DC as their top publisher was fucking out of their minds. Because this year, what they did is like they have never been this much better, both qualitatively and quantitatively, than Marvel ever. I mean, literally ever, right? Because like even in years where we may have really liked a lot of DC books, like Marvel clowned them from a sales perspective, right? But this year they fucking crushed it. I mean, for so many reasons, but Absolute being, far at the top of the reasons. But so I don't disagree with anything you said. I'm gonna side the fuck out of you that you made DC Comics the second largest publisher of comics in the world as your favorite comic. But hey, do you, bro? Do you? You've earned it. After the year you had to deal with, you fucking earned it. You earned it.
Yep. Batman Immortal Batman is so good. Like every book I've tried. Yeah. Every book I've tried is so good. So good.
That Batman Dark Patterns was amazing too, which I read last week, but we didn't talk about it on the show yet. But it's fucking great. It's a great book. Yeah, it's anyway. Go ahead. So there you go, everyone. So Vince chose 97 comics as his favorite, as his number 7 comic. That's okay.
Number 7.
Do you? Do you? What's?
I'm gonna quit.
No,
That's
Is
it.
what-
I said
Going
it's
out on a
fucking
high
cool.
note.
I said it's fun. But I don't know how I don't know how I'm gonna make an infographic of it. But we'll
Pick
figure it
one.
out.
I go with Mushroom Manhunter.
Okay. All right, Dad. What do you got?
Lord. So that aside, I can begin. This is the only single issue I have on the list this year.
Oh, I know what it is.
Do you?
Yes.
It was
Titans
a.
Annual.
Is it what?
Titans Annual.
Yes, it is. Titans Annual 2025. Phil Jimenez's
told
love
you.
letter to Donna Troy.
Yep.
Everything he did in this issue just brings me back to the Wolfman Perez era and who is Donna Troy and kind of very quickly, not glossing over, but mentioning the Troya years. But yeah, it was just wonderful. It reminded me of things. He hit it just right. He was the perfect person to tell this story. I loved everything about it, cover to cover, start to finish. I read it and it just I haven't been able to let it go, and I can't wait to tell Phil that it's just it's something special, and I'm glad it exists.
Yeah. I know Hassan. It was one of his picks when the comics Discourse 114 dudes did their best of, and I was listening to him wax poetically about it and thought, oh well, if I know Dap is like cosmically agreeing with Hassan right now.
100%.
Like,
he knows what's up.
Yeah. He knows what's up. All right, my number 7 is I guess a 0.2% of Vince's pick. And that it's Absolute Batman. Listen, I don't know that I need to give you all much discussion on Absolute Batman, right? I presume that 99.9999% of people that are going to ever listen to this podcast are fully aware of Absolute Batman, if in fact not reading it themselves. So, probably one of my favorite moments of New York Comic Con, which we did discuss in the New York Comic Con wrap up episode, was when Dap and I had the good fortune of getting to tag along to the Scott Snyder sponsored Speakeasy party and just sitting with Nick Dragata, who we've had the good fortune of knowing for a really long time, and we're the same age, and just having a moment to say, buddy, like, have you had a chance to conceptualize like what's happening right now? You're 50 years old and like you're having like this moment, and it was so much fun to see him like with the smile, but also the humility of realizing like, yeah, he's had a great career. He's made a good living, like no regrets, but like all of a sudden, like now, like at 50, right? Like he's got this extra level of validation of literally being, one of the co-creators of like an absolute cultural zeitgeist. And, you could just see the joy it brought him, not to mention the financial gain.
Yeah.
On a whole other level. But the point is that like that added little personal connection of like seeing someone I adore on a personal level reaching that level of success, is really awesome, on top of the fact that it's just a kick-ass comic that has taken the whole comics world by storm, justifiably. So, I've never, I always thought Bane was kind of corny. I think that Bane in Absolute Batman is awesome. We've talked a lot about how Joker's like one of the greatest villains ever, but we've seen a lot of fucking Joker stories, and it'd be cool to like not see a Joker story for a while. But I thought, again, that this version of Joker is fucking awesome, and it's like for a character in his cohorts that we've just kind of almost inevitably gotten tired of because we've seen it and done it. Like the fact that they can make all of these characters and people feel cool and interesting and new again is just something I never thought they'd be able to pull off. So. Absolute Batman easily on my list here.
Nice. Do you want a spoiler or no?
A spoiler?
Yeah, I have.
No. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. I love you so much. You can't have Absolute Batman on your list if you just fucking gave DC Comics your number.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, the absolute characters
Now he's
are
putting his foot
appearing
down.
somewhere else.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay. What are we at? Number 6.
Yeah.
You can pick one. Because I think they're all of the same quality, but they're all by the same man. So you can go publisher, you can go artist, writer, you can go the title of the trade paperback, whether it hardcover, whether it be Dimwood or Rolf or Rat God or Den Volume 5. I believe that came out in 2025. My number 6 is Richard Corbin at Dark Horse. I think Dark Horse is doing a phenomenal job keeping alive someone that should be kept alive.
The question is, yeah, which of them came out this year? I don't.
All of them.
Rat God definitely.
Oh, they all did?
most of the ones he
They all,
listed.
they all did, yeah. That's why I listened.
Oh yeah, I was going to
Yes.
say. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at you. I'm
So-
going here, Den 4. So Den 4 was 2024,
Right.
but Den 5. Yeah. So Den. Yeah. So Den. Yeah. Look at you, dude. Den 5, Dimwood, Rolf, Rat God, and Last Voyage of Sinbad. Was that next year, or is that because you didn't mention that? Yeah, that's next year.
Now, yeah. So
Okay, so yeah, so you got 4. No, that's fine. We can just put the Richard Corbin collection because there's 4 of them. That's cool.
Yep.
Rat God,
Okay.
Wolf, Dimwood, and Den 5. All right, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, no. And I know it kills you. I haven't read any of them. I'm gonna read some of them now. Because here's the thing, because some of them you've talked about, like you've said, like, well, it's okay. Like you haven't exactly like universally endorsed each one. To be fair, like you've said, like some are better than others. So of all of them that have come out so far, so from Murky World, the 5 versions of Den, Dimwood, Rolf, and Rat God, which one should I buy and read? Because I'll buy it tonight. I'll go to CGN and order it tonight.
well, Den is too far ahead for you to read. So
No, but what about Den version 1 though? Saying like which of the
yeah, I would read Den V1.
out of all of these?
Yeah.
Okay, say less. All right, Max, I'm ordering it right now. Okay, Dab, you're up, boo.
It kind of kills me that you haven't read Richard Corbin because
I know it does. That's why I'm going to remedy it.
some of the ones you'll hate, and
Oh, well,
some
what the fuck? I don't want to hate it.
and some of the ones you'll love, and I don't know which one's which. Like Rat God, I think you'd love it. Rolf, I think you'd hate it.
Okay, well, there you go. All right, I'm gonna order Den 1, and I'm going to order Rat God then. All right. How's that? I'm going to do that. There we go. Ordered.
Okay, like you're the man.
No, you're the man. I'm trying to put a smile on your face. All right.
I'll dig out
Well,
Rat God.
there's a big smile on my face because this series exists.
For sure.
So you can't. The fact that you're ordering something from this list makes me happy.
Oh, look, I already not to go on a side, but I have I forgot, Dap, I have a book in my cart that I didn't put through yet. I guess I was waiting for other things. Magic Order Library Edition #1. Somehow I forgot to order that, and the version 2 is in this month's previous or this month's,
nice.
solicit stuff. Yeah. Anyway,
Look at you.
Okay. Look at me. Okay,
All
ordered.
roads up.
I can't wait to talk about. I can't wait to tell our audience about this guy Richard Corbin this in a couple of months and tell them how awesome he is.
You ever hear of someone named Richard Corbin? He's pretty good, especially with the color.
He did this
Right.
Luke Cage
Right.
series back in the day.
He painted on the plates instead of shooting colors. He painted on plates. That's
Little ball.
that's next level.
That is next level. You ain't lying.
Yeah.
Okay, Boo. King Dap is up with number 6.
Number 6 is Assorted Crisis Events. It was it's we
That is a
mentioned
correct
Camp
answer.
already. But Eric Sawatsky's doing some fantastic work. Jordi Belair, whether it's 2 L's or 1, depending on the issue, is a fantastic colorist on this series because the color palette on each issue pops just as well as whatever the subject is for that particular issue. I mean, whether we're talking about dementia or cancer or just like multiple worlds and parallelers, it's a wild, sometimes heavy series. I know we talk about it. I know the people
Definitely
on the
heavy.
Slack. We've got people on the Slack who have who enjoyed as well. I'd love for it to get more talked about, but listen, it's still. I mean, we're not even. We're only half a dozen issues in, so yeah, it's not like it's like 7. I think 7 just came out. So we've
6, 7.
we got. I'd like to say we got time for it to catch on, but sooner rather than later. But yeah, it's a fun, at times fun series. But yeah, it didn't take too many issues for it to cement itself that it was going to land somewhere on my O'Closkers list this year.
For sure. Dap, if it makes you feel any better, this is a widely regarded and beloved book. So, as you all know, with the meta list where I compile all the best ofs, it was actually number 4 on the meta list. It had 26 different. It made 26 different best of lists this year. It
Love
was
that.
only, in fact, in an amazing year for comics, it is the most celebrated. It's tied with something else, which I'll leave aside for now. But it is tied for the most celebrated comics work of 2025 outside of the 3 main absolute books, which all were 1, 2, and
Sure.
3 respectively. But also, I it's funny you bring this up because I reached out to Eric Sawadsky. For longtime listeners, know we have known Eric literally since he started in comics. He
Yes.
was a
Yeah.
listener to the show before he had ever gotten anything published, and so it just warms our heart to see him reach this level of success. And I reached out to him knowing that he would that this book would figure prominently in tonight, and I reached out to him, just let him know, hey, I don't know if you still listen regularly, but your ears are going to be burning when we do our O'Closkers. And he said, number one, he does still listen, which is fair, and how much he appreciated it. But he also said he would love to come on, and I said, would you bring Dennis on? Because Dennis does not do podcasts. I don't think I've ever seen him or heard of him do a podcast. And he said he thinks he could get Dennis to come on. So hopefully this year we will have both Eric and Dennis on to chat about their respective careers, which would be awesome. So great pick. I cannot argue your pick. I fucking lost my spot. Hold on. Damn. What the hell? What the hell?
You gotta bring the sheet up. Yeah.
There it is, the sheet. There we go. Okay. All right, my number. Here we go. Okay, my number 6 pick is another book that I think we don't have to talk a lot about because we have pretty much dissected and praised every single issue of this comic since it started coming out, and that is Absolute Wonder Woman. Of course, written by Kelly Thompson and drawn for the most part by the alien Hayden Sherman, who somehow put out 24 comic books this year, and yet, despite putting out 24 comics, like draws better than just about everybody. It's like inhuman. Don't know how he does it, but listen, again, I don't think we need to belabor this one. We've all talked about each issue with great passion. It is fantastic. We adore it, and I hope it goes on forever. So, Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yep. A solid pick. Can't disagree with anything you said.
And that's coming from a guy, folks, that hates Wonder Woman.
I don't hate Wonder Woman. In fact, I was ripping hard for her in the All-Star issues that she is listed as secretary. What? She could take any of these guys, but anyway.
Yeah.
Number 5, Assorted Crisis Events.
Woo! Now we're talking, dog.
Yeah.
Look at you.
For every reason that Dap stated, plus 10 more.
The question now I'm asking, because you just did your number 5, is how many books will be on all 3 of our lists? That is a question.
I don't think too many. I think
you did say DC, so you've like pretty much. So that I mentioned,
True.
like,
I'm never going to hear the end of it.
No, you're not. 100% you're
well,
not.
what I'm saying is I would be stunned, for example, if Dap doesn't have Absolute Wonder Woman on his list. He's got 5 more to go, and I already said it. So, like, I guess I would count that as being on the list because you said DC Comics, right?
Right.
He did say the
on-
Absolute books as
on the
well. He highlighted the
On the
Absolute books at the
strength.
start.
Yeah, on the strength of the Absolute.
I was going to say
books.
you led your pick of DC with the Absolute books. In fact, I was typing in when you started your soliloquy, oh, he's picking the Absolute line, which I was going to allow because
Yeah,
like
that's what I thought.
it makes sense. And then you're like, and then you started talking about, and I was like, wait, that's not Absolute. Oh, that
Wave Justice League. I
League.
was like,
Company.
wait.
All right, respect.
I wandered a little bit. I never
did.
met
It's
a rule I didn't want to break.
No
This is
shit.
true.
No shit. All right, Dap, who's your number 5? Top 5 people. We're getting to the top 5. Shit.
Damn, already. My number 5 is thanks to you, motherfucker. This is the other manga on my list, Search and Destroy. by
Oh,
Kaneko.
nice.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It's just, I mean, I'm glad I was able to get that third volume in before the end of the year, and it just, yeah, I was even talking to Mario about it because he had texted me. I think he finally got the third volume and couldn't wait to dig in. But yeah, it's just, I mean, we've talked about it recently. I'm not going to belabor the point. It's a beautiful trilogy, three volumes. You're in and out, but it's just, it's kinetic. It's frantic. It's violent. It can be touching at times, but it's just, it's fantastic. It is. It's one of my favorite short form mangas since it's all done. But yeah, highly recommended. Definitely worthy of being on this list. Search and Destroy from Fantagraphics.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we
Yep.
said, it's shocking to me that Fantagraphics put this book out. I mean, I love it, but it's so not a book that like fits what you normally think of with Fantagraphics, and so it's
No,
really
it's
neat to
not.
see them.
It's not.
Yeah, like
It would be more appropriate if Drawn Quarterly published it,
yeah, for sure.
or but one of the myriad other manga publishers.
Yeah,
But Fantagraphics, what?
I know.
That's
Bizarre,
makes
but
sense to
I'm
me.
here for it.
Yeah.
My number five is probably the book that's like the most me on this list in terms of like I don't think like this wasn't not like I think there was one this got one vote in the meta list out of like 50 different lists I was compiling from, but I adore it and I stand I mean this is easily like this is again one of the first books that when I was making my short list, and that is El Fuego, which was the graphic novel that came out very early in the year. It came out in the U.S. It was done a few years before that in Spain, but this is written and drawn by my boo David Rubin. You all know how much I adore his work. This was that if you recall, it's a sci-fi book where basically with a real like the star of the book is this guy Alexander Yorba. But he's like a classic anti-hero. Like he's a piece of shit. You don't like there's not a lot redeemable about him, but it's I thought a wonderful story about sort of the moral collapse of the world and again like visually there's no one that sets my synapses on fire more than Rubin. For some reason his work just gets me excited. It always does. And so Annie Rubin is good. He put out other stuff this year, for sure. But to me, this was a wholly complete original graphic novel, which is always going to trump like something like a mini series where I haven't gotten the whole thing yet. So had to have my boy Rubin on it, and this is a book that I very much wish more people have read. But it's there for you if you go to Cheap Graphic Novels, it's available. So that is El Fuego. Written and drawn by David Rubin.
Nice. What's that one that Rubin's doing now? The vampire one. It's coming out from Dark Horse.
Let's see here.
It looks really good.
Because Rubin is doing he's doing the Space Scouts right now. Is his book?
That's the one.
Dark Horse, yeah.
Screw the vampires.
Yeah.
Well,
You're thinking of Operation Sunshine, which he did do it at Dark Horse as well.
Right. But the Space Scouts looks really good.
Space Scouts is great, and it was on our boo Brian Newbury's best of list, which he pinged me because he knows how much I love Rubin, and I mean I've loved that book too. But for me, and again, there's no like it's all subjective, but we've only gotten 2 issues of a miniseries, this year for it. So from the way my mind works, like I don't think in all of our years I've ever given like a limited series an O'Closker until I've seen the end of it, because
Lord knows, you haven't.
Lord knows a lot of series start strong and end weak, which I have no reason to think Space Scouts won't. So I may celebrate it next year, but for me, just because it wasn't wrapped up. But yeah, it's been great so far, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Number 4.
Yes, sir.
Published by 23rd Street.
The best, dude. What a year 23rd Street had.
Yeah, they did have a good year. It is Jesse Lonegrand's Drome.
Fuck yes.
Through the story is so it's not bad, but it's the execution that you want to keep an eye on because Jesse's doing stuff that on the print page that just defies description.
Yep.
It's amazing.
The fucking
Jerome.
best, dude.
Yep.
And to your earlier when I said Assorted Crisis Events was the most celebrated absolute book of the year, it was tied with something. It was tied with Drome and Drome and Assorted Crisis Events were tied for fourth with 26 votes out of like just under 50 different lists. So yeah,
There you go.
there you go.
That's awesome.
I'm glad I didn't get chided too much so far.
Well, now that you put
Dude,
Drome
there-
on your list,
we're,
yeah.
we're never gonna try. I mean, honestly. I mean, I haven't read the Corbin, so I can't speak to that, which I'll remedy. But everything else you've mentioned, I think, is top notch.
All right.
Same
Until
with
it's
Dap.
not.
Dap hasn't made any mistakes yet either. I mean, I haven't. I mean, admittedly, I haven't read the Titans Annual, so I can't speak to that. But it seems like anyone that has any kind of tie to Donna Troy, like throughout comics history, has spoken of this issue as like a Holy Grail issue. So I see no reason why it's not deserving. I just haven't read it. So. That's a good question. So of our list so far, what haven't we read of each other? I know that I think we've all read Devil's Grin, right? I know I've read Ultra Heaven. I know if
haven't.
Dap has. Okay, so that's one. I don't. Dap, have you read any of the Tokyo these days?
Yeah, I've read the first volume. I'm working on the second, and I have the third.
Okay, so obviously we've all read at least one DC comic this year. I haven't read the Corbin, but you two have. We've all read Assorted Crisis Events. We've all read Drome. We've all read The Knives. We've all read some Don to Don. Redcoat, yes. Titans Annual. I know, like I said, I haven't read it. Did you read it, Vince?
He's not going to read it.
No, I did not read it, and I'm probably won't get to it.
Right, okay. We've all read Search and Destroy. Obviously, we've all read The Absolutes. I don't know if Vince has read... Well, it sounds like you have. I was going to say, I know that Dap and I have Black Arms to Hold You Up. I don't know if Vince has read it.
I read it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've all read at least some Sacrificers. And I don't think either of you have read El Fuego, right? So
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
think
we did.
Probably...
No.
Oh,
I
you
did.
did?
I did,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So
Yeah, I did.
So far, there's not a thing on here that at least two of us haven't, which is cool.
Yep.
Except for the Titans.
And for the most... Oh, that's true. But that's a one... I can read that. Too.
Yeah.
I can.
No, yeah, no,
read
I don't
that.
doubt it.
I just don't know if I would get as much from it because I have no
Yes.
history.
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, okay, Dap, you're up at number 4.
My number 4 is was a fun little miniseries that I was waiting for, and it came. It wrapped up before the end of the year, and I had a lot of fun with it. By W. Maxwell Prince, Mark Marazzo, and Chris O'Halloran. It is Superman: The Kryptonite Spectrum.
Yay.
Well, you two love these are the of course, Ice Cream Team Ice Cream Man,
Yep.
which you two are massive fans of. I assume this is right up your alley, Vince, as well, because you love the team.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
It
All
was
right.
just-
Nice.
Yeah. No.
Go
Just
ahead.
hit the spot.
I tried to find a spot for it, but everything I put on was of more weight.
Oh, it's part of your number
Then-
7.
Yeah, okay.
It's on your list.
Sure. Yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's on your list.
Cheating, but it's on my list.
Hey, it's
So
on
was
your list.
Titans Annual 2024.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. My number 4, I really don't need to go into because I spoke about it at length literally last episode, and that is Lucas Wars. So I'll just I'll leave it at there. Just I'll mention the creators: Rene Roche and Renaud Roche and Laurent. But yeah, Lucas Wars published by 23rd Street and 23rd Street. So
There you go. We're on the top 3.
holy shit.
Time flies when you're having fun. The creative team: Jeff Johns, Brian Hitch, Andrew Curry, Brad Anderson. It is Redcoat.
Wow, respect.
I'm
You
on-
didn't just go with Ghost Machine as on Moss.
no, because it's the best of the Ghost Machine.
It is. It
By
is.
You're
far.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
By far.
I never
Yeah.
would have thought that either. Like when we first were, like when they
Yeah.
were all first coming out, and we were reading them. I would have put it like fourth or fifth, just in terms of what I would have expected.
Because
But
Geiger
to me,
was
it's
the
like,
shit. We were loving Hyde Street, like everything
well,
else.
speak for yourself. Geiger's not my shit, but it's
No, it's not.
we're
I
all
know.
shit. Yeah,
I enjoyed Rogue Exodus, but yeah.
yeah, no, for sure.
So
for
good.
So good.
I could have put Ghost Machine, but at number 3, but
But you're a man of
Redcoat.
principle. You're a man
Red,
of principle.
I follow the rules. Redcoat is so much better than number 2. I would go with Geiger, but I think Redcoat is at least twice as good as Geiger, probably 3 times.
And-
This is going to be a weird comparison. Like in you know me, you don't see it, but when I read Redcoat, I get like a Fables vibe. You know, like not again visually, it's not the same, but I just like right like you get these characters you're familiar with. They're in a different version. Like it just to me like it just feels like a companion piece to the Fables universe.
It feels like Jack of Fables. Yeah,
it does feel like Jack of Fables. Yeah, and it's just warms my heart because obviously
it feels like that Jeff Johns has settled in for the long haul.
Right.
It feels like it doesn't feel like a 12 or 24 issue limited series. It feels like it going on forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a slur. There you go.
Yes.
Redcoat's also been the most consistent because the creative with Geiger, you've gotten some guest artists here and there.
Really?
I mean, and some of them have been great with Pelletier, but yeah, it's and even Rook has just been for Bach, and that took a hiatus. But yeah, Redcoat has just been.
Yeah, I mean Rook. I guess to your point, like because I guess probably they didn't want to have Jason. He didn't want to have a fill-in. Like they just paused for quite a minute. Yeah,
and I think it was a right choice.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, and as far as Geiger goes, Paul Pelletier seems to be the image go-to guy.
Dude, completely agree. Like the fill-in guy.
Whenever someone needs a fill-in, they go to Paul.
He does it with G.I. Joe as well for Mooneyham.
Yeah.
It's
well, yeah. I don't know to bring it down, but
wow. Okay.
I think Mooneyham is 100 times better than.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all. But
Yeah.
as I said a few weeks ago when I was talking about how I had sort of caught up on Real American Hero and how much it gave me joy, I still think, though, objectively, like Pelletier is still better than like 95% of all GI.
I agree. I agree.
So, but he's just not as distinctive as Mooneyham, you know.
I think that's his problem. He's not distinctive at all.
Yeah, he's
And-
just still like rock solid.
Yeah.
Like make no mistakes artist, and it's never going to make you upset, but you're not going to remember any panels either. You're not going to.
He was really swinging for the fences on the Cross-Gen book.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. I was using Guardians because I actually own a double-page spread that's hanging up in my house when he was doing the Guardians books with Abnett Lanning, and I thought, to me, like I don't know that I felt he's ever looked better, but I always think he's good. Like I'm never disappointed when I see Pelletier's on a book. I'm never like
as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dap. Who's your bronze medalist?
This was a tie, and it wasn't necessarily a coin flip. I knew.
Is it a tie for 2 and 3, or is it just a tie for 3?
No, this would have been a tie for. This is who my number 3 is, but it was very close. I could have went one way or the other, but the other one has already been mentioned on our list, so I'm not worried about it. But my number 3 is Black Arms to Hold You Up: A History of Black Resistance by Ben Passmore.
Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome. All right, nice. Okay. Easy. Less. Say less.
Yep.
Well, my number 3 is a book that I know Vince and I talked at length about when it came out. It also was very high on the meta list, such as it were. It was number 6, right behind a sort of Crisis Event Syndrome and the Absolute books. And it's certainly the most quote unquote indie of the books that were that high up. And that is Tongues, Volume 1.
Yep.
Written and drawn by Anders Nilsson, published by Pantheon, actually, which is really good to see because I'll talk about Pantheon a lot, but they did some really great stuff this year. This is a book that really kind of is hard to describe. It's a lot of things. it's basically an epic. It's a gigantic fantasy epic. And again, this is volume 1. We are going to get more. It's 350 plus pages. It's non-linear, but it's basically his take on sort of like the Prometheus mythology, but in this case, Prometheus is a prisoner in like a Central Asian war-torn country, right? And like the talking eagle of the myth is both his best friend, and they have great conversations, as well as like the creature that's eating out his guts. It's just a really high concept book that is, I think, very well executed. It's dense, it's philosophical, and visually, Nilsson is just on another level. I mean, to me, I was looking at these pages thinking, how the fuck did he do this? It felt like it took him 10 years to draw this book. Honestly, I have no idea how long it actually took him to draw the book. I hope it wasn't 10 years, because theoretically we have volumes 2 and 3 and 4 coming, and so I don't want to wait 30 years for that. But just an astounding book to me. Everything that is special about about comics with an X, indie comics, comics that aren't big corporate comics, and just thought-provoking, gorgeous, rich. I mean, the kind of book that takes days to read. You can't just sit and read it in an hour. Loved everything about it, and I think it's a genuine masterpiece. We tend to overuse words like great and amazing, and to me, this is a legitimately great, amazing comic, and had to be on my list. The fact it's only number 3 speaks to what a strong year it was. But yeah, Tongues by Anders Nilsson.
Yeah, it was tough. Find a spot for that with only 10. If it went to 20, it would definitely be on my list.
Well, it better be your number 2 or 1, or you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. Number 2, Q Hayashida is doing Dead Arc. I love this book so much.
That is your girl. You love her.
I do. Again, it could be number 1, but number 1 is untouchable. So number 2, Dead Arc by Q Hayashida. If you haven't read it, they're already doing. They combined Tankobon 3 volumes in one shot. So I don't know when the series is going to end, if it's going to end, but I think it speaks to the sales figures that they're already finding ways for you to buy it again. Yeah, it's so good, and I probably will buy it again.
Respect.
I'm just a sucker.
Hey, listen. All right, Boo. What's your silver medalist?
It started in 2024, towards the end of 2024. It finished up in the fall of 2025. I enjoyed every single issue that Wade and Somni and Lopez gave us. It is Batman and Robin Year One. It's been a minute since. I mean, we had Firepower, we had John, but an actual Capes and Cowls story drawn by Somni, who really I don't think has done anything like this since Daredevil or Black Widow or Captain America. But this was so much fun. Wade, of course, tells a great story of the origins of the dynamic duo. Real tender moments with Alfred and young Master Grayson. There were some twists and turns, some changes to this is some slight retcons that didn't ruin anything, built on things. It was a fantastic maxi series. I am very glad that it definitely stuck the landing. Couldn't have asked for more from these powerhouses.
Not surprised by the pick. Also, though, with you giving us 9 of your 10 so far, realizing that you have yet to mention an Absolute book. I am stunned by that. I will see what your number 1 is, but either way, you left 2 other Absolute books off your list. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised. Not that I'm at all surprised with your pick so far, but I'm like, oh, I guess it speaks to there's only room for 10, right? Like
that's it, baby.
Books. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Well, my number 2, again, we don't need to belabor because it is one of the few, maybe the only. Yeah, probably it's the only book I think that will make it onto all 3 of our lists, and that is Assorted Crisis, for all the reasons we've already talked about. we still have to do our top 5 creators. I can't say I ever thought of Dennis Camp as a top creator. Not that I didn't like the stuff I'd read of his, but I never thought of him as like, one of the creators like in the industry. And to me, this was his debutante ball, right? Like what a fucking year this dude had. I
Yeah.
mean, between the books that we've celebrated he did, plus he also did the Ultimates, which again,
Yeah.
I know we're kind of like not in our Marvel bag this year, but like clearly the Ultimates is one of the few widely celebrated Marvel books of the year, and he also wrote that. Like, it's just what a year this dude had, right? Like at DC, and also he had like 3 super successful, well loved books at DC, at Marvel, and Indie, which I don't know that any other creator could say that this year. Like they had all 3. So yeah. But what an amazing book. Like you said, Dap, it's not it's not a feel good book by any stretch. But it is astounding, and Zawad's art, man, putting aside the really awesome conceit of the story of like one and dones, or in this world where like just chaos ensues because like Zawadsky has done some incredible things artistically, especially with panel layouts and stuff, especially in some of the later issues, but just amazing stuff, like a book that we get all the Image books, just to read, which we're grateful for. And I don't know that I like had any patience for this book when it started coming out, and just every issue just knocked me on my ass. And I hope it goes on for.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And fifth, the inks, like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. Number 1, Untouchable. I will not hear anybody disagree with me on this one. Number 1 is Yukinobu Tatsu and Dan. It's so far ahead of all the other comics. It's disgusting. Yeah, every time I get a volume, I devour it, and I devour it again, and it is my number 1. So it's one of my favorite all-time books. And
I hear any arguments from me. I knew
Yeah.
I knew it was going to show up, and as we got closer to the end, I had a feeling where it was going to end up. And yeah.
yep, number 1, baby.
Can't argue.
I mean, I will be gobsmacked if we don't know what Tap's number 1 is, but go ahead.
You kind of already hinted at it, but yes, it is the one absolute book that I cannot wait to get my hands on when it is released. Thompson and Sherman and Belair are just it's a magical book. I don't know what it is about Absolute Wonder Woman that I cannot quit. There's something about between the character, between Hayden's art, which just, I mean, he makes things just feel. I gave my neighbor's son, well, and he's practically an adult now, but I gave him the first hardcover, just so he could sit down and enjoy that. I so enjoy this book. I know, and even the issues that Sherman doesn't illustrate, Thompson writes for a different artist that it fits that chapter, whatever
Definitely.
side
Yep.
quest, whatever origin flashback tale they want to tell. It's just
100%.
it's a great series. I mean, even with the recent crossover or team up, it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel flagrant. It wasn't in your face, or just didn't feel like a cash grab. So it was kind of a natural progression. It's been over a year at this point, so it was inevitable. But yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman, just it might be. I mean, unfortunately, with so many crossovers interrupting the ongoing Superman book, I do believe Absolute Wonder Woman is my favorite DC book at the moment.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, to me, it's my favorite DC book as well. It's an incredible book. Yeah, I would have been on the floor like thinking I don't understand reality if that wasn't number 1, considering you hadn't mentioned it yet. And again, you guys probably know what my number one is based on that I haven't mentioned yet, but literally remember closing this book. I closed the book and thought, well, this is the best thing I've read this year. And I think I came on the show that week to talk about it and said I would be stunned if it's not the best thing I read all year. It just connected with me, and that is was also on Vince's list, but that is Drome by Jesse Lonergan. Again, to me, this was a masterclass. It's largely a silent book. I mean, there are a little bit of words, but it's largely a silent book. And to me, Jesse was just on one when it came to the panel layout, the visual language, his use of color to put forth the story, and he would tell you himself he's not breaking around in the story itself. I mean, he's playing off of a lot of like classic epic, hero epic sort of tropes that have been told a million times, but to me it's all about the execution. And I mean, his thought and precision and conceptualization of the way he treated these panels and the narrative is just mastercraft. It's a book. We've known Jesse a long time, gotten to know him like really well over the last few years, and I remember thinking as I was reading this, like, well, fuck, this is like his magnum opus, the work of his career. And I think I don't mean that like he's a relatively young guy. I'm sure he's gonna be for another few decades. So I hope I'm wrong there. But like sometimes you just read something from shit. I mean, like this is perfect comics. I hope for his sake he has more perfect comics. But like even if he doesn't, I think 50 years from now, people will be like, oh, that's the dude that did Jerome. And I think it's fucking great. And there's just nothing I don't adore about it, other than the fact that he wrote so many pages. But yeah, besides that, it's amazing. And it went to number one when I read it, and it stayed there. And it was like I knew as soon as we started figuring out these ballots, it would be in my one. So yeah, Jerome, love it. Read it. If you haven't read it by now, fucking, what are you waiting for? Read it.
For real. That was the book that was tied with number 3 for me.
Oh, yeah, it's wrong that you don't have it on your list, but that's fine.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. But at least we all got a sort of crisis event. So, I mean, I'm not worried about us not sweeping something.
I would have kicked knives at the curb for it because, like, I mean, but yeah, do you? I mean,
sorry, I like to read my comics. What can I tell you?
Yeah. So there you go. So to recap, Vince's list: The Devil's Grin, Ultra Heaven, Tokyo These Days, the entirety of DC Comics, the Richard Corbin hardcovers, Assorted Crisis Events, Drome, Redcoat, Die Dark, and Don Da Don. King Dap's list: The Knives, a criminal book, Don Da Don, Redcoat, Titans Annual 2025. I believe the only single issue on Assorted Crisis Events, Search and Destroy, Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, Black Arms to Hold You Up, A History of the Black Resistance, and Batman and Robin Year 1, and Absolute Wonder Woman. And for me, it was Absolute Martian Manhunter, Black Arms to Hold You Up, The Sacrificers, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, El Fuego, Lucas Wars, Tongues Volume 1, Assorted Crisis Events, and Drome. So a very eclectic list, again, from the three of us, speaking to what an amazing year it was, with a little bit of something for everybody. Now I'll quickly run down our audience's top 25. Their number 25 book was Geiger by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Number 24, Conan the Barbarian, the Titan Comics version. Most of the are written, for all you're written by Jim Zub, with most of the are drawn by Fernando Dagnino. Number 23 was Tongues, Volume 1. Number 22 was Search. Number 21 was Wonder Woman Proper, by Tom King and Daniel Sampere, which Vince voted for, like, sort of,
15 times.
Yes. Number 20, Ultimate Spider-Man, I believe the only Marvel book to make any of these lists, by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto. Number 19, Don Da Don. Number 18, which I find super fascinating because it is a book that none of us spoke about, and it's very unusual all of the years of doing these versions of the O'Clockers, I can rarely remember a book making the listeners list that we really had no sponsorship of, and that is Muhina Into the Deep, which is Inio Asano, a creator we've talked about. Inio Asano's new-ish book, published by Viz. So this is a book, Vince, that I think at least we need to check out.
I ordered volumes 1 and 2 of this series, and both were canceled by the other.
Got it. Yeah.
And I never reordered them.
I think I'm definitely going to check this out soon because I know Brian Clark loved the book, and apparently it's like there's some naughtiness, there's some sex, there's some so I'm into it. Number 17, Superman: The Kryptonite Spectrum. Number 16, again a book that probably people would have thought would be at least on one of our lists, but was not. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, the of course sequel. And for me, I can't speak to my booze here, but for me this wasn't really ever a consideration because we didn't get the end. Now we just got the end.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
I haven't actually read it yet, so I can't speak. But for me, this would be something that I might consider in 2026, depending on what. Number 15, another book that was on none of our lists, but I read this. I read like a week or two ago after seeing how many people loved it, and I thought it was fantastic. Batman: Dark Patterns, written by Dan Waters, with by Hayden Sherman. Number 14, Hyde Street. And I will admit, I'm surprised to see it on the list as well as this high, because we really got 3 issues of Hyde Street proper this year. So I'm assuming that a lot of the votes that were cast for this also included the miniseries.
The Sisterhood.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah. Number 13, Kaya, by Wes Craig, which again another book we celebrated but was not on any of our final 10. Number 12, Bowling with Corpses and Other Strange Tales from Lands Unknown, which is written and drawn by Mike Mignola, which, Mignola, whenever he draws a book, is always going to get much love. I haven't read this yet, so I can't speak to it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I like pretty much everything that writes and draws. Number 11, Red Coat, which was on DAP and lists. Number 10, The Knives, a Criminal Book. I feel like Brubaker Phillips is always going to make our listeners' lists. Number 9, which is probably the biggest surprise that was on none of our, and I know Dap and I mentioned, and that is The Power Fantasy by Kieran Gillen and Casper Wingard. It just missed my list. I don't know where you're, Dap, on it, but I love the book. I think it's fantastic. It just literally just missed. Was it a run up for you too, Dap?
It was, yeah. No, again, if we had 2025, yes, then 2025 titles to list, 100%.
Yeah. A book I think we all said probably after the first issue, Klosker wasn't on any of them after ultimately, but is not a condemnation. Number 8 for the community was Exquisite Corpses, written by James Tynan and Michael Walsh, with a host of artists. Kind of similarly there. I love the book, but until I see it finished, I can't consider it. Number 7, Transformers. For most of the year, of course, written by Abu DWJ by Jorge Corona. More recently, written by Robert Kirkman with art by Dan Mora. Number 6, Absolute Martian Manhunter. Number 5, Assorted Crisis Events. Number 4, Batman and Robin 1. Number 3, Absolute Batman. Number 2, Drome. And number 1, Absolute Wonder. So, hell of a list, guys. Much love to the community. Great list. I have really no issues with that. I think the only thing on there that I really haven't read Muhina Into the Deep, and I haven't read much of Geiger, but everything else is all read and great stuff. So there you have it. Before we move on to our favorite creators, we have some business to tend to. As we have done for several years now, we have a partnership with our Boo Max at Cheap Graphic Novels, where one of our people that was kind enough to submit their ballot, anyone that submits a ballot is drawing, and that drawing will entitle you to a gift certificate to Cheap Graphic Novels. So the folks are playing for a $50 gift certificate to CGN. And I need, Vince, we'll have you do it. Vince, give me a number between 1 and 120.
73.
Well, so I always wonder, like, are we going to immediately know who the winner is? In this case, yes, I can definitively say we know who this gentleman. Congratulations to our boo from across the pond, Mr. Tim Meekins,
Nice.
for winning. Yes, yes, I assure you all this is random. There are more than half the people I'm looking here on the society you up by your email address, but in this case it's Tim Meekins at well I'm not going to dox it, but his email address is his name. So there you go. So Tim, I don't have to worry that you're going to hear this and or hit us up. So just I will put it in motion. Hopefully, like sometime early next week, you will receive a gift certificate to Cheap Graphic Novels. And thanks to everybody who voted. And yeah, so there you go. So, Mr. Meekins.
Amazing.
Love it.
Yes. So we ready to do creators?
Now we're on a list of top 5 creators.
Ooh.
Yes, we are.
Amazing.
Before we do that, so this was posted. Jason leads the charge in his giant size 3.5 hour monster episode telling the winners of the 11 O'Clockers, the comic industry's best of 2009, according to the members of the 11 O'Clock Comics Forum and the 4 Fools Behind the Microphone. This was posted on January 14th, 2010, episode 91.
Okay. So this is year 16. Nice. Respect.
Crazy.
So we've been doing it pretty much for the whole time. Like
Yeah.
minus 1 year. That's awesome. All right. Okay, so top creators, again, the only rule creator. You pick an editor, you can pick a colorist, you can pick a letterer, you can pick a writer, an artist, someone who does it all. Hell, I mean, I guess you could pick a marketing executive. Maybe that's how you're going to go with this. I don't know.
Same.
But who's your number 5?
My number 5 is Richard Corbin.
Shocked.
Do I have to elaborate?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think you do.
Yeah,
I mean, you can if you want, but I don't think you have to.
No, there's no need.
All right, then.
You should be reading.
Right on.
My number 5 is Jesse Lonergan because of Drome and because of he was absolute. I mean, yes, this shouldn't play a factor into it, but he was an absolute joy to talk to, as quiet as he was at Heroes. But yeah, such a creative individual. Drome was, of course, a fantastic graphic novel, and Jesse's just an amazing illustrator alone, but telling the story as well, it was just top notch.
Nice. My number 5 is James Tynion IV. Like, none of his books are individually like weren't on the list per se, but everything, like, dude wrote I don't know 10 different things this year, and I read every one of them, and I thought they were all good to great, and I think he's in rarefied air right now in the industry where he is both wildly prolific, but I don't think it's been at the expense of the quality. And eventually, listen, everybody has a Bendis moment. Like, eventually we get tired of your shit, but like, Tynion, I'm not tired of his shit yet. And I think, if you would have told me that, like, he's pretty much a horror writer, right? Like, he does. But I think that he just does horror in all of its various forms really well. And just another year where, like, I can't, like, think of a thing he did that I didn't take pleasure in reading. So, yeah, so he's number 5.
Nice. Good pick. Number 4 has been a incredibly busy year for this man. It is Jeff Johns.
Good pick.
Now, the thought of having Jeff Johns on my list 2 years in a row is weird to me, but I should get over the fact that it is, in fact, Jeff Johns who's writing these books, these Rooks and Hyde Street and Geiger and Redcoat. They're just great comics. So I went with great comics, as well you should, Jeff Johns.
No arguments.
Nice.
No regrets.
No regrets. Not a single letter. My fourth favorite creator this year is somebody we've already talked about a few times. It's Dennis Camp for Sword Crisis Events, for Absolute Martian Manhunter. Yes, of course, for Ultimates, which I'd like to get back to because I've only started the first few issues. But yeah, he had he's had a year of writing books that I very much thoroughly enjoy.
Well, I could just say ditto because my number
Nice.
for the reasons that we've talked about. Sort of Crisis Events, Absolute Martian Manhunter, two of my 5 favorite, two of, I shouldn't say that because it was 10. Two of my 10 favorite books of the year. And I haven't admittedly read The Ultimates, but all you Marvel nerds seem to think it's the best Marvel book of the year. So I'm gonna take your word for it. Hell of a year for the dude, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, without question.
Yep.
I think that I'm the only one that has a translator on there.
Oh, but I got love for it. No, I got love for it,
Nice. Yeah.
This man has been determining what I'm going to read
though. Yeah.
all year long. Whether it's Face Mate by Boat and Taro, Mansect by Koga Shinichi, My Gorilla Family by Ijima Ichiro.
Mansect.
It is Mansect. It is Ryan Holmberg from Smudge imprint of Living in Line.
Inspired pick. I mean, I know we were glazing him hard. What inspired pick? Dude is just like he has been a window, and I know you've obviously been way more. I mean, like infinitely more plugged into not just manga in general, but non-US manga than us. But for me, Holmberg is sort of my spirit guide into this, right? Like he has single-handedly gotten me to read an immeasurable amount of manga over the that I would have not only not read, but not even advocate to have it come over here. So
You and 99.9% of the buying public. He has found stuff that is incredible, and he's determining where the industry, the entire industry moves. It's insane to me that a translator has this kind of power, but he does.
And I would say too, I mean, you are right. He is and that's how he's credited. But I would say that given what we know of his taste making, he's both like a translator and an editor in the sense that like he has a big hand in what books come over here.
Right. Like, he's curator. Yeah.
Yeah. Curator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a really great pick. Who's your bronze medalist, Boo?
My number 3 is Mr. Dan Mora for Superman, for Justice League Unlimited, for DCKO Night Fight, pretty much DC.
You just pretty much did a Vincent pick DC Comics just now.
I should have just picked DC Comics artist. But yeah, even the world's finest covers are fun. So yeah,
he 100%. Can get away with it, and I can't.
First of all, he actually picked one human being. I was joking. Being super prolific. He didn't pick 3,000 people at a company.
Well, from Ghibli I am nothing if not thorough.
That is true.
Oh, yes.
I hope my number 3 gives Vince great joy because when you first brought attention to this artist with great passion several years ago, and I can't even think of the name of the book, the one with the chicken costume. What was the name of the book? I can't remember the name of the book.
Chicken Devil.
Chicken Devil, yes. And I remember thinking, I don't get it. I was like, I don't get it. Like, it just doesn't. And listen, one of the nice things about getting older is you don't get embarrassed about saying you were wrong, right? Like, I think when you're young, you kind of hate admitting
that pride.
When you're older, I relish in it. Like, this is right up there with Mike Allred in terms of where I have to, like, look back and think, wow, it was really, really fucking dumb. So much so that I am actually still waiting it hasn't yet arrived, but I am eagerly awaiting a beautiful page from this gentleman, someone that we got to meet 2 Comic-Cons ago. We got to meet him.
Yep.
And that is of course Hayden Sherman. I don't know that I need to glaze him more than this is much like Dan Mora. I believe Hayden Sherman actually drew 24 comics this past year, which is just fucking insane because in a world where most great artists like swear they can't do more than 8 issues in a year. This guy somehow managed to do 24 issues. Magnificence. And I don't think there are many better storytellers in comics right now, visually. And he's like 12 years old. He's 12 years old. Dude's gonna be making comics for like long after we're dead. And I think, again, when you're right, you're right. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at the ground level, but I sure as fuck see it now. And Hayden Sherman is incredible, and I'm thrilled that he gets to make comics that we get to read. So
Look at you, growing
all
shit.
grown up and shit. Yeah.
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 Number 2. I have a problem. Your top 5 should be close to your top at least 3, right? Don't you think?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. My number 2 is my number 2. Q Harashira for Die Dark. I
Spelling
I love her work.
I got it. Yeah. Well, listen. I think she's been on your list for a couple years now, which
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm getting boring and old.
No. I'm saying. I mean, she keeps putting out banging work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's on brand. Boo, what you got?
Mark Waid for Batman and Robin Year 1, Justice League Unlimited,
Look
Batman
at
Superman
you.
World's Finest. Yeah, had to do it.
And
He's
to
had
think
a
how
banner
close
year.
we came to having him on the show.
Oh, man.
So close.
Could have been.
He was so close to coming on the show.
Such a convention.
Huh?
Such a convention.
I know.
I don't get it, but
Yes. But a hell of a year. I mean, this guy has been
hell
making
of a
great
year.
superhero comics for fucking, 35, 40 years now?
yeah, yep.
Um,
And he has recall like crazy.
yeah,
like
it's stupid.
It's insane the amount of data in this man's brain. But
I get the sense he's never going back to Marvel, but I would very much welcome him back to start telling superhero stories in Marvel.
yeah,
But
take
I don't
over
think
revenge.
that's- I don't think I'm not gonna hold my breath. My number 2, kind of Vince was alluding with, like, if the book itself is that high on my list, the creator probably should be too. In keeping with that, my number 2 is Anders Nilsson for what he did with. So I just was absolutely gobsmacked and blown away. So
Nice.
all right, Vince, who's your number 1, boo?
Oh, big surprise. Number 1. Yukinobu Tatsu for Dan.
Shocked.
I'm
Absolutely shocked.
stunned. I'm stunned. Stunned.
Stunned.
He's number 1.
Never saw it.
Stunned.
I think Matt
That's
Murdock
Stapp's
saw
number
that.
1. That number 1 as well. So we can move on.
Well, I mean, if I'm following Vince's pattern, then yes, my number 1 would be the artist of Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Dark Patterns, Into the Unbeing, Hayden Sherman.
There you go. And in my number 1 in again keeping with my favorite book of the year, if it's written and drawn, if my favorite book is written and drawn by that same person. Hard to explain why he wouldn't be on my list. And my number 1 creator of the year, very much easily and for me deservedly, is Mr. Jesse Leonard. So, just love it. So there you have it. So okay, no real surprises I think on this one. Well, the Holmberg pick was a surprise, but one that, like, once you said it,
It makes sense. Yeah, that was perfect.
yeah. So Vince's top 5 favorite creators of the year. Number 5, Richard Corbin. Number 4, Mr. Jeff Johns. Number 3, Ryan Holmberg. Number 2, Q Harashida. And number 1, Yukinobu Tatsu. Dappy Dap's top 5 creators. Number 5, Jesse Lonergan. Number 4, Dennis Camp. Number 3, Dan Mora. Number 2, around and still kicking, Mr. Mark Waid. And number 1, Hayden Sherman. And my top 5, James Tynan IV, Dennis Camp, Hayden Sherman, Anders Nilsson, and Jesse. So there you have it. For the audience, I actually have 21 names simply because there was a tie for number 20, interestingly. tied for number 20, were Keigo Shinzo, who did two books that got a lot of votes this year: Hirayusumi, which was on my top 10 list last year, and Tokyo Alien Bros, which
Yep.
I have not yet read, but Vince has sung its praises.
It's
I
one of
actually
the ones that I cut.
Yeah, I have the first two volumes on their way from CGN. I have no doubt, based on how much I love Hirayasumi, that I will love that as well. Tied with Mr. Shinzo is longtime friend of the show, Mr. Ryan Brownie, for the Lucky Devils. So
Look at
nice to
that.
see. Nice to see. Number 19, James Tynion. Number 18, Ryan North, writer most notably this year. Number 17, Mr. Jonathan Hickman. I find it fascinating that our audience can't quit Jonathan Hickman, even though we have. It's interesting to me. No, meaning like that. Like it's not like we really sung Hickman.
Yeah.
But he still makes their list. Number 16, Inio Asano, which makes sense given how high Pina finished on the comics voting. Number 15, Chris Somney. Number 14, Yukinobu Tatsu. Number 13, hello. Number 13, Mr. Rick Remender. Feels weird that they picked Rick Remender and I didn't, but it happens. It do be like that. Number 12, Wade. Number 11, Jeff Johns. Number 10, again proving that our audience, once they love Mr. Tom King. Number 9, Scott Snyder. Number 8, Javier Rodriguez. Number 7, Nick Dragata. Number 6, Kelly Thompson. And their top 5. Their number 5 is Dan Mora. Who can argue that? Their number 4, again, another like once you're on forever. DWJ. Their number 4. DWJ has been on all of our lists many times of the year. Any of our lists this year, but made the audience top 5. Their number 3 was Dennis Camp, which we've already talked about quite a lot. Their number 2, Mr. Hayden Sherman. And their number 1 creator of the year, Mr. Jesse. So, quite an interesting list. A bunch that certainly were on our list or in the hunt, and then a few that I think probably really weren't into. Like, there were a few here that I don't think any of us would have really seriously considered this year, which is cool. It's cool that they're, letting their own voices speak instead of just sort of throwing back stuff that we've loved this year. So I find that cool. I think that's pretty neat. So there you have it. There's the O'Closkers for the year. Hell of a year.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
For sure.
Because if there wanted a bunch of sheep, I could purchase them.
You're right. So do we have any? I certainly do have a couple honorable mentions. These are just like I have about 10 books. I didn't count. I think it's roughly 10 books though that just didn't make the 10, but were very much like battling for those last few spots. And those books would be The Power of Fantasy, which was on the listeners list. That probably was like 11th or 12th. That was I had a tough time justifying not including, but it'll just miss the list. Batman Dark Patterns, which again I couldn't seriously consider putting on the list because I never talked about it on the show and just read it last week, but I did think it was deserving once I read it. Another book, honorable mention, Insectopolis. I talked about that last week. Exquisite Corpses certainly was on there, but like I said, just couldn't quite make it for me because I hadn't finished. Probably number 11, like the book that really like was on my initial knocked off me ago, and I feel bad about it, is The Confessional, which is the debut graphic novel by Paige Hender from Silver Sprocket that we talked about.
That was last year.
Great.
Wow.
That came out early last year. The Spectators, which was Brian K. Vaughan and Nico Henrikons, they were doing it as a webcomic on their Substack for years, and finally put the graphic novel printed version out this past year. A Garden of Spheres by Linnea Sterte, which I also talked about last week. The Fables of Erkling Woods, which was Junie Ba's big book this year that he self-published. Dracula, Book 2, The Brides, Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, of course. Larry Hama, Chris Mooneyham, Philip Pelletier. And The Night Eaters, Volume 3rd. by and Son of Takeda. Those were the 10 runners up for me, like the books that I strongly considered finding a spot for, couldn't. So
I had Drome, of course. I had Remender Zenecuna's Escape. I had the Absolute Batman Annual, mostly for DWJ's story.
oh right.
Amazing Spider-Man. Joe Kelly has been killing it, I feel. I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer by Wagner and Hilliard. Question All on the Watchtower, which was a really fun miniseries from earlier in the year. Blood and Thunder, I'm enjoying. The Power Fantasy, of course. And Telly Walden's Clementine Book 3.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's funny. I'm glad you brought that up because Clementine Volume 3, right? Like, considering how much love we and the world gave the first 2 volumes, it's remarkable. I mean, not only did we not put it on our list, but it really got no representation among our audience, and it got like no. I think it got 2 votes in the meta list, which is pretty stunning. I don't know what that says. Maybe we're just tired of.
I think I think
know.
some people weren't keen on how the
On the way it
story
ended?
ended. Yeah,
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, it's definitely the saddest of the
for
three.
sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it's not bad per se.
No. For
It's
sure.
just very, very
I
downbeat.
bought a page from it. I mean, just so it speak. I
Nice.
think it's beautiful, but yeah.
And maybe part of it
Yeah.
is there was anticipation after the first 2 books because you knew the story was continuing, and now we have, it's
Yeah.
the finale.
Yeah,
It's definitive.
Yep.
It's over. There's nothing more to come. So, what about your creators? Or what about you, Vince? Any runners up?
I selected Tokyo Alien Brothers by Koko Shinzo, and I
Yep.
knocked it off. And it felt wrong not to mention Junji Ito, who did
Oh
have
right, sure.
at least 3 books. Come on, 25. But the best of which being the Liminal Zone by Chu. I just they were good, but they weren't great.
Right.
And I think that your top 10 should reflect the greatness that was 2025.
I agree.
Yeah. There were a lot of books, The Sacrificers, that I wanted to put on the list. I wanted
Lullaby.
to find, Space for DWJ and Transformers.
Yep.
But it 10 is 10.
10 is 10.
Yeah.
10 is 10 unless you're picking DC Comics as a whole, but yeah.
Well, right.
Yeah,
10 is,
well.
10 is 1,000 in that case, but hey,
For my creators, I had Somni, I had Josh Williamson for Superman for G.I. Joe.
oh right. Yeah.
Tana Ford for Space Cat, Nick Dragata, of course, Ben Passmore,
Yep.
Jeff Johns for Ghost Machine, Rick Remender for everything we've already mentioned, Kelly Thompson naturally, and Joe Kelly for Spidey.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, creators for me, definitely Mooneyham. As you guys know, like I think, and this is not hyperbole, he is like far and away the best GI Joe artist ever. And there've been like 1,000 GI Joe comics. But didn't couldn't quite get him there because we only had 5 spots. Of course, David Rubin, always in the hunt for me. Kelly Jones, I think what he's doing is I mean, Kelly Jones hasn't looked good to my eyes in 20 years. I think he's doing inspired work. Partnered up with Matt, and we have a 3rd volume coming this year. Remender, again, like the highs were high, but for me, and again, I'm not trying to throw shade, like I didn't connect with some of his other works this year, and I read it all, so I kind of have to like, in my mind, like mentally, like average it out. Paige Hender, again, for the Confessional, like for her debut comic being the Confessional, I shudder to think what we're in store from her as her career unfolds. Like you said, that Ben Passmore for sure. Kieran Gillen and Casper both were in consideration for me, and then Dragata, Kelly Thompson, Scott Snyder, for their respective contributions to the Absolute books, and then probably the Absolute artist that I had the hardest time not finding a spot for was Javier Rodriguez, just because I think like what he's doing
Yeah.
on March Madness is just crazy stupid. But yeah, so those were like my creator honorable mentions, I think.
Look at that.
Look at that, y'all. And dude, this is the tightest and rightest. We did this for 2 hours, y'all.
Love it.
That is tight and right. So
Here's a bonus. Here's something we all forgot about.
what?
January 8th, 2009, 11 o'clock comics episode 38, Raw Like Sushi. It's the 11 o'clock Listener's Choice Award for
Oh,
for
love it.
2008. So we did have an award show, but we didn't give it an official name until 2009 or 2010.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that episode
Seriously.
No,
just to see like what we did.
I think you'd be better off if you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see like what we were glazing back then, you know, like and how it aged. No,
I wouldn't, but if you want to, then go ahead. I mean, it's there for you.
Gives you permission.
Yeah,
I appreciate the permission. Thank you.
I will agree to it.
Nice. Okay, good. Respect.
CheapGraphicNovels.com. CheapGraphicNovels.com. Have everything you want at the price you want to pay. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/11 o'clock comics. 1-1, no glossary. 2 tiers, 2 easy tiers, $5 and $10. And if it pleases you, leave us a review somewhere. Somewhere you listen to this, you download it. It helps. It shouldn't. The algorithm is king, and we're all slaves to it. So, do diligence. I'm starting to get slur, so it's either I'm drunk or I'm tired, and I think it's a combination of both.
Combination of the two.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna grab the baton real quick because you know I love Excel and I'm a freak in the sheets. I actually do have a ongoing, which I need. It doesn't not updated for the last 2 years, but I'm gonna do that. But I have a O'Closkers over the years that goes back to our origins in 2009. And so I'm gonna have a little fun with this. I'm gonna read you guys our favorite writers of 2000. Okay.
What year?
2009.
Okay.
Okay. My favorite writer, and I cheated. They were a writing pair, so it wasn't really cheap, but Abnett and Lanning, who wrote together. Vince, your favorite writer of 2009 was Robert Kirkman. Dap, your favorite writer was Jeff Parker. And
Wow,
by
okay.
the way,
Oh, Mysterious Team
he's
Family.
your favorite writer in both 2009 and 2010. You back-to-back the mother.
Ages of Atlas, Mysterious the Unfathomable. Yeah, no, he had some good years.
Yep. Yeah. Chris, his favorite writer was Jeff Johns. And the audience's favorite writer was also Jeff Johns. And favorite creator of the year, which could have my creator of the year, which was both my pick in 2009 and 2010, by the way, Gabriel Hardman. How about that?
Wow.
Vince, your favorite creator of 2009 was none other than our annual dinner date, Mr. Paul Pope. Dap, your favorite creator of 2009 was also Gabriel Hardman. Chris's favorite creator of 2009, you've grabbed the baton from him, Chris Somney. And the audience's favorite creator of 2009 was Darwin Cook. Rest in peace. Crazy, right?
Good to hear. Yeah.
If you had to guess, Vince, if you could pull it, what your favorite comic of 2009 was.
2009. Favorite comic. Godland?
It's a good guess, but no, Fables. Fables is your favorite comic. As it was in 2010, you back-to-backed it. My favorite comic, as you might have guessed from Landing, my favorite comic was Guardians of the Galaxy. Dap, I would like you couldn't have paid me $1 million to for 2000.
What the hell was it?
Madame Xanadu.
It's a good thing
Nice.
he's breaking. It's a good thing he's breaking up.
A little bit,
Am I
yeah.
breaking up?
A little bit. Wagner,
Oh.
Reader. That was a great series, man. And thanks to Brian
Damn, I
Clark,
think
I have a
we're breaking
page
up.
from it.
Oh, facts. Am I still breaking up?
You're okay right now.
Here and there, you're okay.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
The audience's pick was Walking Dead.
Hilarious.
stunned.
Right?
But again, 2009, that made sense. I mean, that made sense.
Yes.
Your favorite creator that year was Robert Kirk.
Yeah.
Favorite writer. So yeah, fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. But yeah, I have all the data. So I've been glazing David Rubin. It looks like since 2015 because he was my creative year in 2015. So it goes all the way back to.
It's 10 years.
Your favorite creator of 2015, Vince, was Paulo Rivera. That I would never remember that.
Oh, he did
For
great
the
work
Valiant. For the Valiant.
on the Valiant. Yeah.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
all about the Valiant back then. Yeah.
That was a great miniseries.
I'm tempted. I have them all, and I'm tempted to read the Valiant Reloaded, whatever it's called,
Oh right, yeah.
just to say if they managed to capture, because they're
Right.
distributed by someone other than. They're not on their own anymore. They're Alien Books. They're
Yeah, Alien books. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. I think I will. I think I will.
Some of this shit's so fucking fascinating. Your 2009 favorite penciler artist, someone who does it all. Dap, yours was Mike McCone.
What was he doing in 2000?
That stuns me. I've
always
I don't
loved
even
McCone.
remember
I mean-
what he was doing back then. No, I know, but like that's a deep cut because I don't think as Mike as like a creator, like a writer, art, a penciler art. Like but yeah,
I mean,
like he's been doing covers now, pretty much exclusively.
Right,
for so
yeah.
long.
Aside from cover, but I mean, back he was the Legion, 89, 90, whatever artist.
Okay.
He was he did an awesome arc on.
Yeah, but this is 2009 though.
Right.
so-
No, I know, but I mean, so he had to have been still. Well, not still, but I mean, so he came back to do interiors. I guess. What the fuck was he doing? Damn. Okay,
I don't know.
gotta find it.
Yeah, I'll have to go look it up. But Dad,
It's not-
your favorite penciler artist of that year was Buckingham. Which makes
Stunned.
sense.
Yeah.
You went your years. You're a loyalist. Like you went Buckingham, Poppy Capullo, Chris Burnham, JR. Holy shit, JR. Wow, look at you. How things have changed. Paulo Rivera, Chris Pacello, Riley Rossmo, Sean Phillips. So you're loyal. You're loyal.
Well, if there's one thing to say about Dap, it's that he's loyal.
No, those are yours.
Oh, those are mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You said
Oh.
Buckingham. You knew it had to be you.
yeah.
Okay, McCone was doing. McCone was working on Amazing with the Webheads back then.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There you go. We hope you enjoyed this. I don't, other than reading our picks, that's your travels. You should.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to
Yeah,
leave it.
absolutely,
I'm gonna agree.
100%.
Just
Go to
just
CGN.
Anything that you. Yep.
Right.
And if you
CGN,
need,
pick these winners, go read.
yes, cheapgraphicnovels.com.
That's right.
Say goodnight, Mike McCone.
My guy. I see him multiple times a year. Buy art from him multiple times a year. Love him.
David.
Good
Lives up near,
night.
Lives in upstate New York, like that. They're like neighbors.
Yeah. Can I borrow a cup of sugar? You've been here before.
Maybe they could do a wife swap.
No.
I think
I-
Russ Braun lives a little closer than Mike McCone might.
You could do a wife throuple swap.
Yes, we can do a whole thruple thing. I love. I mean, shout out to our Wilson friends, because that Lobo Mimicone is one of my prized possessions. I love that thing.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah for sure. And on to 2026, y'all. Turn the page.
Yep. Close the book on 25. Open the book on 26.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
We shall see.
See you all next week, folks.
Peace.
Bye.
That's it for that one.